a good hit. Woo! Oh! Oh my God! It's a burst! Woo! There we are! It's a burst! Woo! And he's out! Yeah. When bladers hear the words one-hit KO, only one bay comes to mind. A bay that has not only been forged out of the steel of legendary swords, but a bay that has been forged into the hearts of every blader since its debut back in 2015 with Beyblade Burst. And that bay is none other than Xeno Xcalibur. The Excalibur Bay has been a fan favorite throughout the Beyblade Burst series, with each and every evolution of the bay regarded highly as one of the best attack type bays of the generation, rivaling that of Valkyrie and Longinus. But Beyblade Day officially changed everything with the official announcement and first reveal of the legendary Excalibur Bay revived to fight another fight, but this time in the latest generation of Beyblade X. Now today we are finally ripping open this legendary bay, a bay I have been anticipating for so long, ever since the leaked images, and now we're finally going to be able to check it out firsthand. Now, before we continue on with this video, if you are wanting to get the all-new Xeno Xcalibur Bay for Beyblade X, head on over to malloftoys.com, sponsor of this channel. They have everything you need to kickstart your career as a pro blader. Just make sure you use code LESBIANBASE2 at checkout to knock off 5% of that total price in the end. That is malloftoys.com. Now, Xeno Xcalibur is the original one-hit KO bay in Beyblade, the first bay designed with a single point of contact to completely maximize the attack power and deal devastating damage to the opponent. This bay was our fan favorite Dran Buster's inspiration and where it derived from. This is also officially our second Beyblade Burst X-Over Bay. We have already unboxed and pulled out our Victory Valkyrie, so I am absolutely excited to finally battle them in the Beyblade X system. But overall, the packaging is completely a throwback to Xeno Excalibur's original packaging, almost completely identical with slight minor upgrades to having the Beyblade X system added to it. It is great to see one of my favorite characters, Xander Shakadera, returning to the game. But flipping it over and checking out the back of the box, we can see all that this beautiful X-Over Bay comes with and why it is the best X-Over Bay in Beyblade X. Off to the left, we have our bay, Xeno Xcalibur, showcasing its one-hit KO style of gameplay. But we also have the all-new Xeno Xcalibur blade that looks fantastic, and I'm excited to see what it truly looks like outside the box. Following that, we have our 360 Ratchet and the Gear Flat bit. Gear Flat had caught all bladers, including myself, completely off guard. I don't think anyone was anticipating Gear Flat to be the bit that was selected for this bay. And lastly, we finally have the launcher, the Hold Launcher, or as Burst fans like to call it, the fabled Sword Launcher, with this updated mold of the launcher itself. But I say let's rip this legendary badass open, and let's check out the all-new bay, Xeno Xcalibur, 360 Gear Flat, and the updated mold for the Hold Launcher. Right away, this bay looks flawless. Most can remember the first initial images leaked of Xeno Xcalibur and how terrible the prototype had looked, but this is just perfection. But let's take a quick look at our newly updated Hold Launcher. Early images of the Hold Launcher were revealed to be this faded orange color, but I am exceptionally happy that they changed it and gave us the classic red sword launcher that we all love and remember. Many bladers have reported the Hold Launcher that was initially released through Samurai Saber to have some issues with gear skipping when launched. For myself, I haven't experienced these issues, but many else have. However, Takeratomi did make adjustments to the new Hold Launcher with updated gears and internal guts of this powerhouse launcher. The only other differences outside the updated gears between this and the old is that the original hold launcher did come with rubber grips to attach to the launcher itself, whereas Xeno Excalibur's hold launcher does not. Now, along with the red hold launcher, we have the extended ripcord. The ripcord is my personal favorite, and this ripcord I use with my launchers on a regular tournament basis and even in casual play with other bladers. The extended ripcord is a few teeth longer, which provides more rotations per minute for the bay. The more spin, the more power. But with how frequently bladers have reported their extended ripcords breaking at the handle, it is good to finally be able to have a backup ripcord. But now we have the all-new Xeno Xcalibur blade, and this is just beautiful. Despite it being slightly more rounded than the original Xeno Xcalibur Bay, it is to be expected since the original was plastic and this remake is metal. But just look at it, I am absolutely stoked. I finally have Excalibur back in the game. But compared to Drum Buster, Xeno Excalibur is more rounded over. However, the sword on Xeno Excalibur has a sharper point to it that sticks out, whereas Drum Buster's sword has metal sides that, in a way, make it more rounded over and more dull than Xeno Excalibur's sword. The sword on Xeno Excalibur has an extra thick metal tip to reinforce the sword of the bay as well, so it is good to see that Takara Tomy had foreseen potential breakage and reinforced the sword itself. Either way, I'm not disappointed by any means with the execution of Xeno Xcalibur. This blade looks absolutely amazing. But we now have the Ratchet, the 360 Ratchet. Most bladers and myself included, once again, were expecting a recolor of the 160 Ratchet to better suit the blade's design. However, once remembering that X overbays are made to resemble the original counterparts as closely as possible, the 360 is actually a perfect match for Xeno. Looking back at the original Xeno Excalibur blade, the 360 matches closely and resembles that of the Magnum disc. So high respects to Takara Tomy for keeping true to the original Excalibur bay. Now lastly, we have the most unexpected part of the stock combo, and that is the gear flat bit. In terms of the original impact driver from Burst, I honestly do not know what we were all expecting with this release, but I do know that no one was expecting it to be gear flat. Gear flat is an exceptionally fast attack type bit that maximizes the attack potential and speed of a bay. So in a way, I could kind of see why gear flat was chosen, since it does match the all attack aspect of Excalibur with the lowest stamina of all attack type bits, and it also being the hardest attack type bit to control. Gear flat isn't used that often in competitive play. But overall and fully assembled, Xeno Excalibur looks just absolutely amazing, and I 100% love this bay right away. One thing I do wish that they had done with Xeno that they did with Valkyrie is fuse the Magnum disc with the blade, similar to the boost disc being fused with the blade of Valkyrie. This could have increased the weight of Excalibur just by a hair, making it more viable for competitive use, but nerfing this bay slightly was probably a good call, as to not have Xeno Excalibur replace Drum Buster when it comes to any type of competitive use. Now the overall weight of Xeno Excalibur isn't too bad, with the blade coming in at around 31 grams and the total stock weight being that of 39.45 grams, making it a few grams less than both Valkyrie and Lightning El Drago, but similar to the weight of Storm Pegasus. So overall, a decent mid-weight class bay. So there is potential for some competitive viability for Xeno Excalibur. But I say let's get that stadium out and let's first test launch Xeno Excalibur with the newly updated hold launcher, and then let's throw this legendary bay into some battles and put its capabilities fully to the test. And there we go, the stadium is out, and as always we'll be using the standard Extreme Stadium by Takara Tomy, the best stadium to use when testing out a new bay or a new combo. Alright, so we got our new hold launcher. Let's test out Xeno Excalibur with the updated hold launcher. Alright, so the hold launcher definitely feels a lot better. It does feel like it has an even stronger launch than the original hold launcher that came out of Samurai Saber. So that's good. I did not feel any skippings when it comes to the gears or anything like that. It was a pretty solid launch, so that's a good thing right away. But let's get into some battles. Let's rough up that beautiful blue paint on Xeno Excalibur, and let's see how good Xeno Excalibur X Over Project Remake really is. Alright, here we go. Oh, good hit. Woo! There we go. And Xeno Xcalibur is too unstable. With the gear flap bit added to it, it's definitely taking off more stamina before it could even really produce any strong, solid hits, especially against the very first Beyblade X drawn sword. Alright, here we go. See if we get a better battle for Xeno Xcalibur. There we go. There's some good, solid hits for it. Can it take out drawn sword? Nope. Nope. It was close though. He destabilized drawn sword right there. So he's able to destabilize drawn sword. That's a good sign. But still, it goes back to the fact that the blade's natural imbalance mixed in with the gear flat bit makes for some pretty terrible stamina, which means no matter what, Xeno Xcalibur is going to have to take you out within the first few seconds after he hits the stadium floor, essentially. But let's continue to battle them. Oh, good hit right away. That took out all of Xeno's spin, though. Look at that. He's barely spinning. There's a good hit right away again. Woo! Good, solid hits. But Xeno is not going to win against drawn sword. That much I can say right now in stock combo form, at least. Oh, what? That was awesome. Here we go. Come on, Xeno. Oh, there we go. He tanked that hit, but still does not have the stamina. He's definitely going down. That was probably the best battle for Xeno that we've had. Look at that. He almost took out drawn sword. Almost. But was able to take out and tank that hit that drawn sword delivered from the extreme dash. That was awesome to be able to see. Now here we go. Oh, he missed it. He missed it too. Oh, there we go! Woo! Xeno finally got to drawn sword. Those were some close calls, both missing extreme dashes like crazy, but the gear flap bit picked up more speed, obviously, than our flap bit, and he was able to kind of swing around and catch drawn sword completely unawares right from behind and send him into the pocket. Finally, we got a good solid win for Xeno Xcalibur on drawn sword. Whoa! There we go. Xeno, let's do this. Woo! There we go. Woo! Oh, I was like shaking with anticipation. Oh man, I was getting excited there. There we go. Come on. Woo! I'll take it. I will take that over finish. Xeno Xcalibur is riding right behind drawn sword, kind of forcing him forward, forcing him to move a little bit too fast on that accelerator rail, which caused him to ring himself out. But we'll take that because contact was still made. Oh, he barely got out of the way of that. There we go. Come on, Xeno. Nope, he got back up. Drawn sword back up. There he goes. Drawn sword still takes him out. But I am getting the hang of Xeno Xcalibur. The gear flap bit is one of the hardest bits in the entire game, the hardest bit period to be able to control. I'd say it's actually right up there with Rubber SL and being able to control and actually take some wins with it. But there it goes. That was a good battle up against drawn sword. He was able to take him out with some pretty gnarly over finishes. But let's bring in another bay. All right, now we got Shelter Drake out there. Whoa! Woo! That was awesome. We got Shelter Drake out there, stock Shelter Drake. Those are some good solid hits, but Shelter Drake will take that one. That was an awesome, intense battle. I didn't even know what was going on. That was hard to keep track of. And here we go. There's a good hit. Woo! Oh! Yo! Oh, the one-hit KO move. The legendary one-hit KO move from Excalibur. Completely took all spin out of him in an all-out attack that bursted Shelter Drake. That was completely awesome. I'm so happy I got that on camera. There we go! Woo! Oh, he bursted him. Now here we go. Xeno! Oh, come on! Ah, Shelter's got this. This endgame. Unless we get a legendary one-hit KO right here, which I don't think we will. And there we go. Shelter will take that one. There we go. Xeno, let's do this. Come on up. Oh, it's what? Xeno burst, but he got an extreme finish. Now with the whole new rule change with the WBO, this would be considered a draw. Even with that Takara standards, there is no burst priority. Well, actually, I don't know about the WBO. I don't think they made a extreme finish as a priority over burst. However, Takara official rules, events like this will be considered a draw. All right, here we go. There we go. Good hit. Come on, Xeno. Let's do this. Whoa, yes. Woo! Xeno is a bursting machine. Oh my God, that is awesome. I'm loving this. All right, here we go. Oh, good jump. Whoa, he did it again. Woo! All right, here we go, Xeno. Let's do this again. Oh, yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, so I know everyone's going to be wanting to see Dran Buster and Xeno Xcalibur go toe-to-toe. So let's just see who would win, Dran Buster or Xeno Xcalibur. All right, which sword is stronger? Oh, he got out at least. At least that's 1 point rather than 2 points. Let's redo that. Whoa! Woo! There's like no spin left in Excalibur. There it goes. Buster's gonna take that one. All right, Xeno. Let's see if we get a win off Dran. Oh my God! Oh, it's a burst! Woo! Oh, I thought Dran Buster had it with that one move, but he jumped over Xeno Xcalibur, missing it, and Xeno Xcalibur came back with a burst. That was awesome. Now here we go, Xeno or Buster. Oh, they're just barely dodging the moves. There we go. Come on, Xeno. Woo! I do think Gearflat might have better stamina than, yeah, Gearflat does have better stamina than Excel. Excel is fast and might be faster than Gearflat, but Gearflat I do think still has better stamina than Excel. That was an awesome battle. This is epic. I'm loving this. Right, here we go. Whoa, there we go. Missiles. Come on, Xeno. Boom. Down to stamina. Nah, Xeno's going down. Ooh. Ooh. That's actually going to be a tie. Xeno Xcalibur is going toe-to-toe with Dran Buster. That was a tie. That was awesome. Ah, whoa! Yo! Dran Buster's going down. Xeno Xcalibur is the new sword, proving why he is the original one-hit KO Bay. Now here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, baby! Xeno! Oh, I was getting worried about that battle. But that was an extreme finish for Xeno Xcalibur. Xeno Xcalibur, despite being a little bit lighter than what people had hoped for, this bait is a tank. This is a hard hitter and absolutely fantastic bait. I am loving this. Well, let's bring in the next bait. Alright, so we got Victory Valkyrie now. This is the battle I've been dying for and waiting to do. So we got Victory Valkyrie, but we're switching things up. We're getting rid of that Rubber Excel, and we are putting Rush on with the 260 Ratchet. So let's see how Xeno Xcalibur does up against Victory Valkyrie 260 Rush. Ah, this is going to be legendary. Old school battle, classic battle right there. There we go. Xander Shakadera or Valtoy. There it goes. Xeno is down. Victory Valkyrie will take that one. Well, let's battle those guys again. Oh, whoa, that's a good jump. Whoa, yoo-hoo! Is he going down? Yeah, Xeno. Oh, right into the pocket. The slowest over finish I have ever seen. That was awesome. All right, here we go. Xeno, let's do this. Whoa, that's a mean extreme dash. Oh, there we go. Come on, Xeno. Woo! Oh, it feels like 2015 all over again. There goes. Xeno's going down. Victory Valkyrie is going to take that one as well. There we go. Whoa, good hit. There we go. Almost the ring out. Come on, Xeno. There we go. Come on. Victory Valkyrie has that. Thing is, Victory Valkyrie is one of 2 X-Over bays that are completely balanced out. There is no imbalance in the blade. The other bay is that of Drasil S. So with Xeno Xcalibur's natural imbalance, it does make it very difficult for him to go up against bays such as Victory Valkyrie, or as we've seen just a little bit ago, Drawn Sword. Alright, here we go. Xeno, let's do this. Whoa! Woo! Now that was a hit. Victory Valkyrie still has a lot of spin though. Yeah, Victory Valkyrie's gonna easily take this one. There it goes. Xeno is going down. That was such a powerful hit. It lifted Victory Valkyrie up off the floor. Now here we go. Whoa! We'll take that. Extreme finish 4. Xeno Xcalibur. There we are. It's a burst. Woo! And he's out. Yes. Woohoo! Finally, we are taking down Victory Valkyrie with our Xeno Xcalibur. That is what's up. Now here we go. Whoa, whoa! Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. I don't even know what just happened, but it was so epic. It was awesome. And there we go. Xeno Xcalibur 360 gear flat. Now the first impression is I just love it. Plain and simple. Despite being a little bit lighter than most had expected, the X-Over Xeno Xcalibur Bay is an absolute blast to use. I was exceptionally pleased with its overall performance, particularly up against Drum Buster. I wasn't expecting Xeno to have been able to completely destroy Drum Buster like it had. It did struggle against more balanced attack types such as Drawn Sword and Victory Valkyrie. However, against Shelter Drake, a balanced type, Xeno was able to take full control over that battle. The sharper point of Xeno Excalibur's sword compared to Drum Buster's sword made for Xeno Excalibur to have been able to easily obtain bursts against opposing bays with some pretty spectacular burst finishes. Now, I was very pleased with the updated hold launcher. The launcher felt great. It felt smooth. At least in the test launch, I did not experience any gear skips whatsoever. Overall though, the Xeno Xcalibur set is hands down one of the best X-Over sets released so far in Beyblade X. But comment down below your thoughts on the all-new X-Over project, Xeno Xcalibur. What combos are you experimenting with it on that you have found to be rather quite successful? But that is everything for this video, and I do appreciate you guys as always for sticking around and watching and supporting my channel. Stay tuned, we do got more Beyblade X content in the works. We finally have found a viable competitive combo for not just Victory Valkyrie, but Drum Brave and Perseus Dark as well. So we will get to those soon enough, and I'll have them out for you guys to check out. However, in the meantime, have yourselves a great morning, day, or night, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.